Karen and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about my YALC TBR. So for the past couple of weeks I've been preparing for YALC. I've been reading exclusively books by authors who are going to be attending YALC, and I thought I would, show you all the books I'm planning to read. It's quite a few. There's some that I've already finished, but then there's plenty I have not yet. So I thought I would let you know and give you some ideas about your YALC reading list. First up is Asking for It by Louise O'Neill. Now this book has been around Twitter quite a bit, it's been around BookTube a little bit, but not as much as I thought it would have been. This is basically about a girl who gets raped but doesn't remember, and it basically deals with how victims of rape are often shamed and how very often they think it's their fault. Apparently this is very, very cutting, so I don't know how much I will enjoy this book, but I do feel that it's a very important one, so which is why this is on my list. And if this is as good as all my friends are telling me, then I may have to tackle hug Louise to the ground when I see her at YALC, because yeah. Next up is Geek Girl by Holly Smale. I've never read any of the Geek Girl series books, but Holly Smale is going to be on a panel about comedy in YA, and I thought it'd be really cool, so I did really want to read one of her books, and this is the very first one in the Geek Girl series, so I thought that was the best way to start. Next on my list are two books by Mallory Blackman. Now Mallory actually helped start YALC 2 years ago when she was the Children's Laureate, so she's been there every single year and I still have not read anything by her. So I went to the library and I got out two of her books. First of all is Noughts and Crosses, which is the book that she's most known for, which is kind of set in this dystopian future where there's two classes of people, the Noughts and the Crosses, and it apparently is about a Romeo and Juliet kind of story, which sounds really fascinating to me. Plus it's been quite a while since I've read a really good dystopian, so I thought this might fit the bill. The other book by Mallory Blackman that I really wanted to read is her new book, which is called Chasing the Stars, and this basically combines a love story with a thriller and a space adventure. So I thought that'd be really fascinating. Also, I love the cover. I think the cover's gorgeous. And it literally says, what happens when love brings loss, what happens when love brings lies, or when love brings hate. And I am really fascinated. I really, really, really want to read it. It's quite big, but I'm like, yes, Karen, you can do this. You can do it. The final book I got from the library to prepare for YALC is One by Sarah Crossan. Now this book has just won the Carnegie Medal, it won the YA Book Prize this year, so it's had so many accolades, lots of people are talking about it, and I was very, 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 very curious as to what all the fuss is about. This book is about Grace and Tippy, who are conjoined twins. They've been homeschooled until now, so now they kind of have to deal with the outside world, how they are perceived, and whether or not, they want to go different ways. Again, so many people have recommended it to me, so just have to, actually read it. Alright, and now we're coming to the books that I actually own or that I've ordered. I started reading the Raven Cycle a couple of weeks ago, and I'm currently reading Blue Lily Blue, so I still have to read the Raven King. But Maggie Stewart is going to be at YALC, and everybody is Raven, and to be honest, after reading the first two books in this cycle, I know why. Holy cow, people, I love these books so much. So I definitely want to finish Blue Lily Blue and then continue with the Raven King, and I just hope that my feels will not be crushed. I don't trust her. I just really don't. So next up on the list are two YA offerings from Accent YA, which is actually a local press here in Cardiff, and they've been at YALC last year, but they only were there on the Saturday, I think, or on the Friday, and I missed them. So hopefully this year I'll be able to have a chat and have a look. But I have two of the books here. I've got Indigo's Dragon by Sophie Croft, and I've got The Sea Singer by Shomei Dasgupta. I'm so sorry if I completely butchered that name, that's totally possible, but I'm part of their blogging squad, so I need to get around to these. Also, what I really like is these are quite thin, so they're not super long, which I think is refreshing. So I am really looking forward to reading these and hopefully getting to have a chat with the authors. That'd be really fun. Dragons. You can't go wrong with a good dragon, in my opinion, so extra points. Also, the premise of The Sea Singer is just fabulous. It literally has as a tagline, there was once a voice that sang the sea to sleep. I was like, yes, I need to read this right now. Next on my list is The Sin Eater's Daughter by Melinda Salisbury. This one's been around YouTube for a little bit as well, but it was Roya actually who told me that she loved this book and that she thought I might really like it. So again, Melinda Salisbury gonna be at YALC, so I might as well know what she's talking about. We're getting near the end of my list. I promise, it's quite a big list. I know I have like tons to read before YALC starts, and I'm just like, so much. But next up is Half Bad by Sally Green. So in this world, witches are divided in dark witches and light witches, and our main character is actually half and half. So he's like a biracial witch, which I think sounds really fascinating. Also, of course, he is hunted by both sides because he should not exist. I do like this premise, so hopefully, fingers crossed. Have you read this? Let me know what you think down below. Next up for me is The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. I actually wanted to pick this one up to get signed at YALC by Patrick last year, but it wasn't out yet. Now, I know a lot of people, it's either you love it or you hate it, but I just really just want to read it. It just sounds fascinating, and I just really like the premise of what happens to everybody else who's not the chosen one, because I'm not the chosen one. Nobody's ever told me that. Have they ever told you that? I want to be a wizard. I really do. Plus, I really love the Chaos Walking trilogy, so gotta read more Patrick Ness, as long as he doesn't kill a dog in this. The second to last book on my list for today is The Art of Being Normal by Lisa Williamson. I have talked about having to read this book forever. I just haven't got round to it, and I think I really want to do so. I've already met Lisa. I think it's already signed. Yeah, it's already signed. I'm sorry, Lisa. But yeah, I still really want to read this, but I think this might be one of those books that I'll save for the very end if I've read everything else. But I do really want to like go to her panel, so I'll feel really bad if I haven't. Booktuber problems. The final book on my TBR for YALC this year is A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. I've read A Darker Shade of Magic. I liked it, but I wasn't completely in love with the story. I really like the world building and the characters. I've been told that the plot is a lot better in this, so I am so looking forward to it. Plus, I absolutely loved Vicious, and I love the Savage Song, so I have to just finish reading everything she's written so far that's been published in the UK. So for those of you who may have read every single book I've already put on my list, I have some others that I've already read, but that I want to take to YALC to get signed by the authors because they're amazing. I have already mentioned The Raven Cycle, so book 1 and 2, and I'm nearly finishing book 3, which I'm loving really, by the way. I did like Dream Thieves as well, but I didn't find it as magical as The Raven Boys. So Blue Lily Lily Blue is totally hitting the spot for me. Alright, so I think you should read all the V.E. Schwab books. You just have to. Trust me, you do. However, my favourite out of all of her books is still Vicious. It is like superheroes gone bad. It is about friendship. It's so delicious. It is. And even if it rhymes with the title, I don't really care. This is one of my favourite books ever. I mean, Victor Vale just gladdens my heart. The fact that there's a Victor Vale quote at the beginning of the Savage Song pleases me so much. Do yourself a favour. Just, oh. I'm so scared I'm just gonna like completely spaz out when I meet V.E. Schwab, like. The final book I wanted to talk about today is Rabble of the Sands by Alvin Hamilton. I've talked about this on my channel before because I got an art copy from Faber and Faber, like a digital one. But I finally got my copy to get signed by Alvin. She is so hilarious. I love her on Twitter. I love this book as well. I'll link the video that I talked about it up there. I don't know which side it's gonna be. One of the sides. Do check it out. This is a Jinny Western Arabian Persian adventure, and that is the best way I can kind of explain it. You just have to read it. It's not massive, but it's beautifully written. It's such a great world, such great characters, and I can't wait for the second book to come out. The title has just been released. It's going to be called Traitor to the Throne. I am excited, people. I cannot wait. So yeah, I definitely want to get this baby signed and hopefully, you know, read more soon. So there you have it, guys. That's my reading plan for YALC. I know that I'm kind of ambitious. I don't know if I'm going to manage reading all of them, but I'm going to try very hard. Now, the Raven Cycle books are quite thick, so I'm going to try and like mix and match a little bit, like a shorter book, a longer book, and hopefully that'll give me the juice to read all of them before we go. I have about a month and 7 days. You guys know how much of a challenge this is going to be for me because I usually read only about 5 books in a month. So wish me luck. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye.